Joe Lolley scored twice and still was not the best player on the pitch, as Joao Carvalho inspired Nottingham Forest's best performance of Martin O'Neill's tenure, if not the season as a whole. Middlesbrough were beaten 3-0 at the City Ground, on a day when only the heroics of Darren Randolph denied the Reds a winning margin of twice that size. It ended a run of 4 straight defeats in the championship in emphatic fashion, while also denting their opponents' playoff hopes. The only frustrating question after the final whistle was over why this had not happened before, as Forest saw their own ambitions of a top 6 ended with a whimper. But there was fresh hope inspired here, by a performance that was catalyzed by a change in formation to 3-4-2-1 and by the freedom that gave to the outstanding duo of Carvalho and Lolley. Lolley kicked things off with a first-half penalty, after the also impressive Karim Ansarifard had been felled in the box, shortly before half-time. Milosevic netted the second with a spectacular volley in the 64th minute, after Carvalho had fed Matty Cash to deliver the cross. And, after Randolph had made a couple of truly world-class saves, Lolley rounded things off with a well-taken third goal, which again owed much to the brilliance of Carvalho, who left 2 players in his wake before crossing. There were 5 changes to the Forest side, 3 of which were enforced due to the fact that both Jack Colback and Johan Benaloan were suspended following 2 controversial moments at Bramall Lane, while Sam Byram was missing through a concussion, which he suffered in Yorkshire. Colback had collected his 15th booking of the campaign, in harsh fashion, after being judged guilty of simulation, with what looked like a good claim for a penalty. While Benaloan had been shown a red card, following a tumble from David McGoldrick, when there appeared to have been little, if any, contact made. The changes saw Alexander Milosevic and Jack Robinson return in a 3-man central defense, while Ben Osborne was also restored to the side as a left-sided wing-back, with Matty Cash on the right. Pele and Ryan Yates retained their places in central midfield, while it looked as though Lolley and Carvalho, and at a rare start under O'Neill, would have roaming roles, behind Karim Ansarifard, who was the 5th change to the side, up front. Forest were fairly quick to settle into the new formation, with Lolley and Cash both having promising moments. In the 10th minute, when Cash broke into space down the right, with a purposeful run, he delivered a cross to the far post, where Osborne just saw the ball taken away from his head at the vital moment, by a potentially goal-saving clearance. Wague was strong the first time he was challenged by former Forest man Britt Assombalonga, holding off the striker powerfully, as he looked to claim a ball to feet. Cash was looking like a potentially useful outlet down the right side, as he repeatedly got forward to deliver crosses into the center. That proved to be the case when Carvalho delivered a delightful pass with the outside of his boot, perfectly into the path of Cash, as he overlapped again. Cash carried the ball into the area, before striking a low shot towards the near post. Darren Randolph ultimately made an easy save, but it was a promising moment, as Forest's confidence appeared to grow. Another decent passing move ended with Ansarifard jumping up and down in frustration, when he saw a powerful shot take a deflection and loop just the wrong side of the post. While, from the resulting corner, Milosevic rose high, but saw a header of his own deflected wide. Forest had been the dominant force in the game, and, in the 39th minute, they finally got their reward. Osborne led a kick break down the left side, before feeding a perfect pass into the run of Ansarifard. He took the ball in his stride and was shaping to shoot, when he was crudely brought down from behind by Ryan Shotton. The Middlesbrough defender was shown a yellow card, which felt like a lucky escape, as Lolley picked up the ball and placed it on the spot. The winger kept his composure as Randolph dived to his right, lifting a powerfully struck penalty high into the back of the net, down the center. Cash was booked just before the interval, for what looked to be little more than a straightforward foul on Ashley Fletcher. Forest had been the dominant force in the first half and deserved their advantage at the interval. It was enough to inspire a double change from Tony Pulis at half-time, with Jordan Hudgell and Marcus Tavernier introduced, in place of Fletcher and Besic. Forest picked up where they had left off, with Randolph producing 2 bits of impressive goalkeeping in the space of a minute. His first task was relatively straightforward, as he pounced on a cross shot from Cash, and held on to the ball, with Ansarifard waiting to pounce. But his second key moment was spectacular to say the least, as he pulled off a stunning save. Carvalho dinked the ball across the face of goal with the outside of his boot, and an unmarked Ansarifard attacked it 3 yards out. But somehow Randolph reacted with impressive speed to claw the ball away. Lolley then hit a powerful shot from outside the box, which was charged down and had the power taken off it, allowing Randolph to make a simple claim. Lolley felt the ball had been handled in the process, but it would have been a big call for referee Peter Banks to make. Forest made their first change as Lewis Grabban came on to replace Ansarifard in the 62nd minute. It looked like a decision based on fatigue, rather than performance level, as the Iranian international had played well. 2 minutes later, Forest showed their teeth again, as they doubled their advantage. Another incisive pass from Carvalho was the catalyst, as he sent Cash scampering down the left side and into the box. He beat one man before lifting a cross to the far post, where Milosevic shaped up to strike a perfect volley, sending the ball arrowing through a crowd of players and into the back of the net. At this point, Randolph was the man keeping Middlesbrough in the game. Grabban thought he had got a goal with one of his first touches, when he sent a rising shot high towards the top corner, but the keeper got across brilliantly to save. Then, when Lolley sent Osborne sprinting clear with a fine pass, Randolph was quick off his line to close the angle and save again, as the advancing wing-back looked to beat him at his near post. Schotten came to the rescue as Yates sent a crisp effort towards goal, with the former Derby defender getting in another important block for Barrow, who were holding on for dear life at this point. Carvalho almost conjured up a goal of his own, following some industrious work from Grabban, who ran at the Barrow defense, leaving them on the back foot as the ball broke to Carvalho on the edge of the box, from where he delivered a curling shot that bounced away, cruelly, off the inside of the post. There was a third goal to come, however, as Carvalho pulled the strings once more. He left 2 players in his wake down the left side before cutting the ball perfectly across the face of goal for Lolley, who drove a shot emphatically into the back of the net. It was Lolley's second goal of the game, but it was Carvalho who received the plaudits from the stands, as fans heralded a fine all-round performance from the 15-meters Euroman. He got another standing ovation when he was taken off with 2 minutes to play, to be replaced by Adlan Gediora, as Forest saw out what was a well-timed, impressive victory. Forest, Pantilimon, Milosevic, Wague, Robinson, Cash, Yates, Pele, Jacob 84, Osborne, Lolley, Carvalho, Gediora 88, and Ansarifard, Grabban 62. Subs: Steele, Murphy, Janko, Appiah, Barrow, Randolph, Mikel, Schotten, Clayton, Asambalonga, Housen, McNair, Fletcher, Hudgel 45, Seville, Flint, Besic, Tavernier 45. Subs: Constantopoulos, Downing, Wood, Jesse, Spence. Referee, Peter Banks. Attendance, 27,653. Let's block ads. Why?